Hello, friends. Welcome to this corner of the internet where we are taking a voyage together towards self awareness, wisdom, and peace, exploring particularly the Tao. But the Tao, as we know, is the way of nature. So the Tao is not exclusive to Daoism from ancient China, although lots of the ideas that we explore come from there. But Tao is our way through nature, our way through life, nature itself, everything in the universe. And so, yeah, we're on a journey of understanding our Tao, our way. And through that, we gain wisdom. And with wisdom, we can live in peace. And we find ideas that can help other people live in peace as well. We create an energy that then not only transforms our lives, but also inspires the people around us. So I'll check in the chat and say hi. Yeah, I had a haircut, looking smarter. I said to the barber, just take a little bit off because I'm still working on my film, but that doesn't work with new hairdressers. So we're doing smart, George. Hi, Chameleon. Hi, Spicy. Hi, Aloha. Hi, 92 Balthazar. Hi, Joanna. Hi, Kat. Hi, Elvin. Hi, Batman. Knows karate. Cool. Hi, Marcia. Great to be with you. Hi, Andrew. Great to be with you. Hi, Don. Hi, Wayne. Beautiful to be with all of you. Welcome, friends. So today's structure, we are going to have some free time for questions, and I'm going to share an idea from me for this week. Then we're going to get into some spirit. All right, I'm back. Uh-oh. All right, we're back, everyone. Still working out the technical stuff, lots of new changes going on. Well, thanks for staying with. I need to do more hand gestures so you can understand. So let me try that again. Spiritual freestyle rap. I'm going to share some improvised rap over some music for you later on because Elvin was asking. And also, I really enjoy it, although I haven't been practicing it because I've been working many hours on my film. But one of the principles that we're exploring in our practice is to feel resistance, nervousness, maybe feeling we're not ready, and just flowing with that and giving ourselves permission to be exactly who we are right here, right now. And our resistance is part of that flow of life. And even if we maybe don't think it is. And so hopefully I'll demonstrate how if we just stay present, give ourselves permission to be who we are, that we can still do cool things. And Lucy, the film is, The Subtle Art of Losing Yourself, an introduction to how meditation and being in nature can teach us about who we are and how to live in peace. And I'm really excited to share it with you. I think I actually might have some slides here. Let's see if this is working. Yeah, philosophy. Sorry. All right. It's a new setup. You gotta give me a bit of time to set everything up. Anyway, here we go. Here's me on a mountain. The film's gonna be great, and I'm excited to share it with you. And I'm talking to Netflix. And if that would happen, it means, reaching even more people with the work that I'm doing. And as always, grateful for you to be on this journey with me and for us to explore and learn together. And I hope I can continue to be valuable for you. So hopefully I'm back. Great. So welcoming your questions in the chat. And I'll start off with my idea for the week, which is around the topic of the retreat that I'm holding. So super excited to be holding my first retreat near Glastonbury. We have 28 people signed up and there's only 30 places. So if you have been considering it, you need to get on it ASAP because there's only 2 places left. But this is the first time that this community is coming physically together, which I'm super excited about. And many of you will be there. And can't wait to be with you in nature, in community. But if you can't join, the topic that we're going to be exploring over the weekend is emotional alchemy. Emotional alchemy. And what does that mean? What does alchemy mean? Well, it's the transformation, the transmutation of base metals into gold. This is the classic example. An alchemist will try and convert stuff that isn't worth a lot into gold or something that is worth a lot. And normally we would think alchemy is a fool's errand where people waste their lives trying to convert tin into gold, and maybe they've got better things to do and need to live in reality. However, when the Daoists teach about alchemy, they're not teaching us about how to make gold out of our chickpea cans. Instead, they're talking about spiritual alchemy or emotional alchemy. And this is where we develop the skill and the ability to transmute anything that happens into our lives into a response that serves us. If you think about the classic idea of Taoists, what do they look like? You might think about Zhuangzi's great joy. He's not that smiley there. Let's see if you can get the focus on him. So that's Zhuangzi, and a lot of his philosophy is really fun stories and very silly and very joyful, which is really inspiring. Deep wisdom with joy. Or another classic idea of the Taoists you might think about is the 3 vinegar taster stories, where there's 3 men crowded around a big vat of vinegar back in old school China. And these aren't ordinary men, but instead the 3 great teachers of East Asian thought: the Buddha, Confucius, and Lao Tzu, the founder of Daoism. Confucius goes to taste the vinegar that they're crowding around, and he tastes it and has a bitter expression on his mouth. The vinegar is a metaphor for life, and Confucius believes that there's so much chaos that we need to have strict rules and orders, and everyone knowing their place, the rulers and the family members, and the man being the leader of the house and the woman following what the man does. Everything needs to be in order, and only then can life become sweet. So it starts sour, and through hard work and rules it becomes sweet. Then you have the Buddha. He takes a taste of the vinegar, and the Buddha, he sees life as ultimately a distraction or full of illusion and suffering. And so instead of responding negatively or having an adverse reaction to the vinegar, he just tries to meditate through it. He tastes the vinegar and then no reaction. He's that Zen. We know now the Buddha's not as simple as that, but it's a Taoist story. Let's get to Lao Tzu. Let's get to his response. So Lao Tzu, the founder of Daoism, takes the sip of vinegar And how does he respond? With a frown, trying to meditate away from it? No, he has a smile on his face. And you think, how could you have a smile tasting such strong vinegar, like straight vinegar? Be pretty disgusting, right? But Lao Tzu has a smile because the vinegar is what it is. The nature of vinegar is to be sour. And if we don't understand nature, then we would put a judgment on that, saying that is what life is about. It's about trying to escape this world or trying to control it. But instead, Lao Tzu sees nature for what it is, doesn't judge it. And so then he can find a freedom to smile, even at all of life's challenges, and to find a joy and an ease, because he isn't fighting reality. He can work with it. And so this is the power of Taoist practice, is the transmutation of things that people would normally react against as being bad or something we just need to escape, and transmuting those things into something that's joyful, where we can recognize the miraculousness in our everyday lives and the divine dance of our everyday. Even the struggles, even the arguments, with perspective, we can gain a wisdom where we can have an effortless joy, a non-contrived joy. And so that's what we're going to be exploring in the retreat, is internal alchemy, or the alchemy of our emotions, how to transform things that normally would, for most people, be reasons to feel down about: anxiety, breakups, death, and to see if we can do that yin-yang dance and to be able to transmute that into something that serves us, into something that can help us live joyfully. And so one takeaway now is, when you are when you notice stress in your life or things that you're resisting, can you bring that light smile of Lao Tzu and see it as simply just energy? Anxiety is an experience arising in this present moment. And because change is the only constant, it shall pass if we don't start creating stories about it, start resisting it, start really bracing ourselves against life, against the experiences that we have. Can you bring that light smile of acceptance and loving kindness and playfulness to all that's happening for you at the moment? And there's great freedom to find there. So the image of Lao Tzu smiling, having that vinegar, could help you. And one more image would be imagining a magician that actually transforms your can of baked beans into gold. And while that in this material world isn't possible, in our embodied existence and how we relate to our minds and our bodies and what happens in our lives, magic is possible. Magic only in the sense that it's unusual, but very much available to us with training and with practice. And so keep practicing, my friend. Keep on the way, keep on the path. Every step on your journey is valuable. And I feel the difference for every step that I take as well. We don't have to reach the end of the path to experience the benefits of walking it. So just keep stepping and see what you can transmute. So how did that resonate with you? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. And I'll jump into some of your questions. So Chameleon, let me know how to pronounce your name, and great to see you each week. Any tips on staying more present in a work environment? I just started at a new job this week, and it's made me realize there's more challenges in staying at peace than the time I would spend at home. Yeah, so how do we find peace in our everyday? You've had the experience when you're on holiday or in nature, and you find a bit more peace, a bit more ease, only for you to come back into your everyday, and then suddenly the stress and the anxiety builds up again. So everything that we're learning is only really going to be valuable if it helps us back in our everydays, in our jobs, in our responsibilities as parents, children, citizens, workers. And so starting point as always is just sending love and compassion to that part of yourself that's finding it hard. The working many hours, stressful working situations, the trauma that we've inherited collectively and both in our own lives. To be human is to struggle. And so sending love to that bit of yourself. What do I mean by love? Just, seeing that part of yourself and saying, yeah, it's actually okay for me to be finding things hard. And part of our inability to live in peace is the resistance to the pain. It's paradoxical, but the minute we accept the fact that we are finding things hard is when things begin to get easier. So, sending love to that part of yourself. And then secondly is, how can you begin to apply your practice throughout your day? So each week I talk about the mindful breath, the practice I do throughout the day. And my friend, would you like to take a breath with me? I invite you to join me for a couple of breaths together. So if you'd like to join me, I invite you to breathe in through your nose and soften your face. And breathing out, softening even more. Can you relax your face? Let's try one more of those. Breathing in calm and ease. And breathing out, letting any tension go. So that's a powerful tool to bring into your everyday, throughout the day. I do my work with timers, so 25 minutes of work, and then I get up and I empty my mind, I move my body, I stand up. And can you begin to check in with particularly my face is where I hold my tension. And so that sequential sinking. We're in work, noticing tension is building up, relaxing the face. This is why the body practices and the meditation practices are so vital in the Taoist cultivation, is because we do have a lot of power to move our bodies. We can't control our boss being, try and think of a not swear word, our boss being a bonehead. We can't control the boneheadedness of the boss. And we can't control the fact that we didn't sleep very well last night and we got to get up for a meeting. But what we can do is consciously choose to relax our face, consciously choose to slow down our breath. And even if we have the stress of the everyday, that is sending soothing signals so that we begin to develop the ability to take charge of our nervous system, to gain mastery over our nervous system. And it's that alchemy that we talked about at the start of, the stimulus of life that normally would stress other people. With time, with practice, we can develop the ability to have the same stimulus hit us, the bonehead boss, but we don't take on that stress. We still find our freedom. We get our job done, and we find time for play and for joy. And so, yeah, body practices. I invite you to keep coming back to your breath through the day and having a Qigong practice or a yoga practice or any sort of movement practice, starting your day with movement, softening your face in the morning, slowing your breath down, and bringing it throughout the day. I'd love your contributions on that. I hope that is valuable for you. I want to speak to a question that I got on one of the last live streams. I'm not going to tell the whole thing, but let me see if I can find it. Dun, da, da, da. So we had a question from, I'll keep their name anonymous. So I tuned in last week and left a message thanking you for the video. I had to go to my therapy. I wanted to ask your thoughts on my life companion recently died from liver complications due to cancer. In one moment he thought he had arthritis in his shoulder. Next we found out he had cancer. The next week they're telling us that he has to go to hospice, and he died at the age of 34. All of this occurred quickly within a few weeks, with very little time to truly process the change and adapt. I meditated every day at his bedside in the hospital, and when I struggled, I tried to read the Tao for a better understanding of how I might help him or help myself remain soft and accept the now that was happening, and try not to judge it or make something other. I was wondering if you might have some insights on how to embrace changes that are rapid or that occur so quickly. I'm feeling rather lost at the moment. So, yeah, sending love to you and for your loss, and yeah, to have your life partner and loved one to leave you in just a time of a few weeks is really difficult. And that is, earlier today talking about the transmutation of energy. That's a lot of energy to work with. And grief and sorrow is a natural response to death. We see grief in other animals. And so there is an intuitive emotional attachment that has been lost. Part of our emotional security and our sense of connection and identity, part of that, as that loved one passes away, that is ripped out of the heart, and the heart needs time to mend. So again, as I was saying earlier, with just the power of love and softness, words that you used, which is really beautiful, to just acknowledge the pain and to acknowledge the difficulty. Now, the Tao perspective can be helpful. Death in our societies are just a taboo. I'm reading an amazing book called Being Mortal at the moment, and a whole medicalized approach to death where we will try and keep people alive long beyond the point at which our medical interventions are going to help that person. We keep on trying to keep people alive, even if, that's not going to help them. And so, we're not very good at talking about death. And so when something as sudden as the death of your loved one passing away in just 3 weeks, often, we need support to be able to process that. And so what's a Dao idea that can help you? Chapter 16 of the Dao De Jing is a really beautiful chapter that I would invite you to read, chapter 16. It says, empty your mind of all thoughts, let your heart be at peace. Witness the flourishing of all things, but contemplate their return. All things return to the same source. To return to that source is to find stillness, and in that stillness, tranquility. When you remember where you come from, you naturally become more light-hearted, more generous, more accepting. And even when you die, you're ready for death, because although you know that this embodiment will pass away, you know that in a real way you will continue at one with the Tao. So looking out into the world, we are in a planet bursting with conscious life, and we know that energy can only be transformed, not destroyed. And there's no reason to say that human consciousness is any different. I mean, we don't really know what consciousness is. But it seems to me likely, and for the Buddhists and for the Daoists and for many spiritual traditions, that when we die, we return back to unity, back to a non-separation with the mysterious source, which is the source of all of our beings. We take this embodiment of a limited lifetime and then we pass away. A natural transformation, an essential transformation. And so, although I don't believe that we continue as George or, your loved one, their spirit somehow stays in the universe and travels around without the body. I believe the body is essential for our consciousness to come into being, and when we die, we dissipate back into the universal consciousness. But that does mean that we can find a sense of connection and comfort and support from even death, that it is us returning back to connection with the mysterious source that we emerge from. So an invitation to just meditate with that chapter, getting out into nature to be part of this great miraculous unfolding that we are a part of. And playing with that idea while also honoring the grief that you feel. Another thing you could do is cry out, injustice, for your loved one to pass away at the age of 34. Where other people, they may be smoking 50 cigarettes a day and they live to the age of 95. The reality of life is that the Tao doesn't pick and choose its winners. In the Dao De Jing, Lao Tzu talks about how heaven and earth treat all beings like straw dogs. What are straw dogs? These are ceremonial pieces that you do a ceremony celebrating a time of year. I'm not sure what the straw dogs celebrated, but then they would be burnt. And so the straw dogs would be made and be celebrated, and then they would be burnt and they'll be gone. And so we're kind of like that as well. We come into this embodiment, a celebration of the Tao, this great miraculous coming together that we are. But then just as quickly we can go. And so the Tao doesn't pick and choose its winners. And so what for our heart and for our mind can seem like injustice, that your loved one could go so early, is just the workings of nature, and something that, although it's difficult to accept, if we can accept, that we find more flow and more ease because we're not resisting the inevitability of change. or trying to kid ourselves into imagining that there'll be some deity that will, let's say, save specifically our loved ones. So a principle that the Taoists talk about is harmony. What is harmony? It's the integration of different things working together. Dun, da, da, da. That's a fifth apart. If I could sing at the same time, those notes would sing together. That would be a harmony. And so harmony is not about smushing everything together, but instead the sounding of distinct notes within unity. And so can you just live the paradox on the one hand, understanding your connection to the universe and understanding the endless cycles of birth and death, that this is inevitable and actually essential to life and is the source of all the beauty in the universe. And so to celebrate death, while also at the same time honoring the grief, honoring the hurt, honoring the pain, and that feeling of injustice that your loved one left so early. Can you hold both? So I'm sending good intentions to you, and I hope these ideas are valuable for you. And yeah, I hope that is valuable for others in the community as well. Beautiful. So let's just take I would like to take a breath, because we're going to go into some sprap, and maybe we can base the sprap on what we've been talking about. If you'd like to join me, I'd just invite us to take a breath together, breathing in, softening the face, breathing out. We like to get deep here. That's what we do and what we enjoy, and ultimately what can serve us the most is when we go into the pain and the difficulty and to face it with love. And that is where strength comes from. So I'm going to invite us to try some sprap, spiritual freestyle rap, and I'd like to get some words from you in the chat. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make up a rap on the spot. So if I could have some single words, any words are good, and I can then try a bit of a freestyle and see how it lands for you. All right, mystery, that's nice. Let's try that. Let's try chi. Fart. It's good to not take ourselves too seriously. Peace and magic. All right. Thank you, crew. Let's give it a go, see what we're going to do. I just got to add one more. Wait a second. Mystery, chi, fart, peace, magic. Haha. All right. Let's go to switch on some audio. All right, have you got me? Let's see if that's working. Okay, here we go. What we gonna say? Let's try it. So, I'm gonna let myself flow. See where we're gonna go with the spiritual flow. Yes. Ha. 1, 2. Ha. We come into this embodiment. I'm trying to get through this uncertainty that I feel, trying to understand how it came to be that I have pain and tried to heal. Yeah, it seems to me that we are involved in the great mystery. I tried to get to the bottom of it, but can't you see that everything is energy? The Chinese word for it, it's qi. Yeah, we are just different forms of the universal energy, taking many different ways of being, ways of expressing, ways of seeing. See, living this life with skill, it's an art. Sometimes you got to just relax and fart a little bit. Don't take yourself so seriously, and then you can get with it and flow. Yes, then yes, you can get somewhere that we can be living together in harmony and peace. Yes, can we sit down together and make a feast? So the skill that we're developing is an ability to take anything that's happening and transmute, get it into something that can serve us. It's time to compute, getting into an embodied flow. Yes, get with it. If we can alchemize it, turn into a magician, magic, yeah. It's the skill of life, alchemizing wrong into right. The judgments we don't need to be getting in any other way. Yes, here we're gonna say, get the scraps, sending love to the Wayfinders. Gratitude for you. Let's get through, all of us together, empowering ourselves to do better, living in balance and peace. Yes, it's possible, we just need to believe. Yeah, we just need to believe. Ha ha. Yeah. Fart flows. Oh yes. Some sprat for ya. Thank you for holding space for some silliness. Yes, sprap time. Haha, it's been a while since I've done a sprap. Yeah, that was fun. Thank you. Woo! Yeah, feel. Yeah, that was a nice flow. And there was some nervousness, but yeah, it's good to just go for it and feel the fear. Do it anyway. That training that we're working on. So thank you for holding space for some sprap and some fun. All right, friends. So thank you so much for joining me today. We are going to jump onto Zoom now, where we can be in community and do some meditation together. So yeah, join the Zoom group. Would love to see you there. We're jumping on right now. All you got to do is click the button in the description and I can see you. We can meditate together. Yeah. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for being here. Grateful for you as always. I hope you have an amazing week. Remember that alchemizing power that you have to transform what would normally be a struggle into something that you can have a light, playful smile with. You have that power. So go exercise it, my friend. I'll see you on Zoom. Click the link and I look forward to seeing you.
Hello.
Hi.
We are the only two left.
I see a few people in here. I see Ethan.
Oh, okay.